All right, candidate forum, lightning round, Democratic challengers, and in some cases not challengers running for Congress. I want you to tell me one thing you would change about Washington. Rob Zerban.
I think we need to get rid of the out-of-touch Washington insiders like my opponent, Paul Ryan, who's never worked outside of Washington, D.C., never had a job in the private industry. And I think we need to change the culture. We need to get rid of those type of people.
You need to put into place a job creator, which is, as I understand, the entire argument of the RNC, which seems to be would seem to necessitate, if you follow the logic, of vote for Rob Zerban over Paul Ryan. Hakeem Jeffries.
I think we've got to end the permanent campaign. You know, there's a time for politics, but once the campaign's in, we've got to get about the business of the American people. And what we've seen over the last 2 years is that the campaign continued when it was supposed to be time to govern. And hopefully, coming out of the November election, we can all get back to turning the economy around. Whatever the outcome is, I certainly think that the president will be reelected. We'll take the House back in Congress, and we can move forward.
Cynthia?
We need more progressive women in the Congress, and we need people who are going to stand up for working families and small businesses. I mean, that's what we need for the country to really move forward in a way that's productive and healthy and can bring prosperity to families.
One thing you would change about Washington?
I would absolutely bring back fairness to all the policies that we have out there. You know, instead of having a Ryan plan that attacks women, that attacks children's health, that attacks education, instead we need to have a budget that focuses on middle-class people and have the Democrats push it out there and actually invest in a 21st century economy, in infrastructure, an education system, and make sure the rich pay their fair share in taxes in order to do it.
Did your opponent vote for the Ryan budget?
Yes, he did, twice.
And your opponent wrote the Ryan budget. Krysten, you get the last word on what you would change about Washington.
Well, what we need in Washington are more people who are focused on common sense, pragmatic solutions, and fewer people who are interested in partisan bickering and gridlock. That's a pretty simple thing to achieve. Just elect different people. People have a proven track record of standing up for middle-class families and who are interested in solving problems.
If only gridlock could be dissolved unilaterally, which it cannot be. Krysten Sinema, congressional candidate in Arizona. Rob Zerban running for Paul Ryan's seat in Wisconsin. New York congressional candidate Hakeem Jeffries, U.S. Senate candidate Cynthia Dill from Maine, and Nate Shinagawa also running for Congress in New York. It was really a great pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us on.
What you should know for the news week ahead, coming up next.